Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic and a really interesting puzzle to try today. Well, first of all, let me mention the ways you can engage with the channel, of course. Patreon, where there'll be a new contest out at the start of next month, and we hope lots of people will try it as they did with this month's, where the solution videos are up now for the $3 Patreons. So you can check that out. The other links are to things like Discord and all our apps and our merchandise and Sven's Sudoku pad. And they are all great things. But the first link is to this puzzle by Staxiums, who wrote to us and said that they're ridiculously proud of this puzzle, but none of the people they've sent it to can solve it. Now that would be a big red flag normally. I wouldn't like to take on a puzzle that no human can solve. However, the good news for Staxiums is that one of our testers did solve it and does recommend it, and I'm going to have a go. So we will see how we get on. I think the puzzle must be called the Ugly Duckling because people aren't loving it. I don't know. That's brilliantly self-deprecating if that's the case. It doesn't look like a duckling, I don't think. Not to me anyway, but I can't tell. Anyway, the rules are these. Digits, normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits in cages cannot repeat, so no repeat digits in the cages. All cages sum to the same total. That's unusual. Okay, we don't have that many, but there's quite a few here, and they all add up to the same total. Digits cannot repeat along the diagonal line, so that is a set of the digits 1 to 9. There's only one marked diagonal. Numbers in circles must appear within the 4 surrounding cells, so there must be at least 1, 1 and 1, 2 in those cells, the quadruple rule. And a white dot separates 2 consecutive digits. But we only get one white dot, not all dots are shown. So that is what I would expect to be a disambiguator. Although it's quite amusing, things that I think have been kind of had to be put in because otherwise there's 2 or 3 solutions, sometimes turn out to be absolutely pivotal, but we will see. And I mean, there's nothing against puzzles which need a disambiguator. It often makes a very good puzzle perfect. So I'm not criticizing any constructors at all, I can assure you. Anyway, those are the rules. I have no idea how this is going to play. I mean, I suspect not quick. But do give it a try if you fancy it on the link under the video. I am going to restart the clock and let's get cracking. So, all the cages sum to the same total. This clearly is pivotal, right? And there are 3 cell cages, lots of them, 4 of them. So, given that they have 3 separate digits, they have to add up to 6, 7, 8, or 9. And that must be the same total, well, as in the 2 cell cages, but importantly, as in the 1 cell cages. Not only are these 3 cages 6, 7, 8, or 9, they are clearly all the same because all the cages have the same total. So let's mark them as orange. Does that give any other orange cells? Trouble is, I don't think it does. You know, it's interesting in a way. It makes one of those orange and one of those orange. Orange is restricted in quite a lot of places now. Yeah, oh, that's it. Okay, that's interesting. Yes, orange can't be in this. Yes, in box 9, we can place orange. Ah, okay, good. Orange cannot be in this cage because, obviously, oh, can it? I was going to say it can't be, but if orange was 9, this could be a 6 to... Yes, that's fine. If orange is 9, 9 can't be in a cage adding up to 9. Yes, it's fine. It's fine. I'm being dense. So that is orange. In the bottom row, this must be orange. Orange can't be there because those 2 cells add up to orange. And orange can't be there, so we're getting a lot of oranges placed. Ah, look, up here, one of those 2 is orange by Sudoku. But by the diagonal rule, it's not the one on the diagonal because we've already got one on the diagonal. Ah, we can't do the last 2. There's orange in them that are X-wing, but I don't know where. Wow, okay, that's an interesting start. Now, next thing I'm thinking is this cage contains 1 and 2. If orange was 6, this is 1, 2, 3. If orange was 9, this is 1, 2, 6. And in either case, it's always the same 3 digits. And that's got to be the same here and here. Because again, they are 1 and 2, and whatever the third digit that gets us to orange is. So if we assume that 1 and 2 and that third digit are green cells, now I'm not so convinced here, because that could be 1 or 2. These might be 3 green cells, but they might not. Oh, it's weird. I'm not struggling to see how that tells us anything. So what I was going to observe is that there are now 3 greens in every row, column and box because they're 3 different digits. And maybe there is a way of using this to eliminate other things. I don't know what it would be. This is so difficult. Okay, there's something about this setup of 2 cell cages. Let's just imagine that orange is 6, that's the cage total in the whole puzzle. Yeah, I'm not sure, hang on. Yes, if orange was 6, and these greens are 1, 2, 3, and these would be 1, 2, 3 as well. The 2 cell cages, this is right, they would have to be made up of either 1, 5 or 2, 4. They would always use one of those little digits, the 1 or 2 that actually appear in the quadruples. Sorry, I need to just ponder this one. Yes, I think this is right. This cage, I'm just positing the idea, it may work for 7 as well, but I'm positing the idea that orange is 6 and that greens are therefore, and 3 cell cages in the puzzle are therefore always 1, 2, 3. Then 1 or 2 must appear in this cage because it's either 1, 5 or 2, 4. But it can't be in this box where the 1 and 2 are in those cells. So the 1 or 2 is here. And that's going to mean the 1 or 2 is here. Similarly, in this cage, there's going to be one of these, and it's going to have to be there. It can't be in this cage for the same reason, in this cell in box 9. So that is going to be a 1 or a 2, and that is going to be a 1 or a 2. That's going to mean this is a 1-2 pair, and that's where the 3 goes. And that's on the diagonal. I'm just wondering if it's impossible for the 3 to go here. Now, these aren't quite the same as these. However, they are interestingly connected. If it was 6, again, you'd have to have a 1 or a 2 here. You couldn't have it here. And the same is true here. They would have to be a 1 or a 2. Yes, they couldn't be the same because then that 1 or 2 couldn't fit in this central green cage. So that one of them would be a 1 and one would be a 2. And that would push 1 and 2 to these cells, and that would be a 3, clashing with the 3 on the diagonal. So 6 is not the answer. And I'm wondering if this works for 7 as well, but the trouble with that is 7 has 1, 2, 4 in the green cells all the time. Ah, okay. 1, 2 and 4 come from the 3 pairs that make up 7, 1 and 6, 2 and 5, 3 and 4. So that always has to be one of 1, 2 and 4. And that will push that digit here. That's not actually the important thing. The important thing, weirdly, is something I didn't see with 6s but would have worked just as well. Now that there are, the problem I was having is that now that there are 3 pairs of digits, these aren't reduced to being just 2 pairs, but this is much simpler. And I could have said it for 6s too. Now, this digit must be 1, 2 or 4, because we're saying if the cage total is 7, the greens are 1, 2 and 4, there they are sitting there in box 9. But each 2-cell cage is going to need a 1, a 2 or a 4 in it. That's going to have to be here. And suddenly those are green as well, because this whole cage is another 1, 2, 4. And now there are 4 greens in row 6. So it's impossible for a number that only has 3 cells that make it up to be the cage total. So 6 and 7 have been ruled out by these 4 cells in row 6. So the total is 8 or 9. Oh, look at this. Looky at box 1E. 9 is in those cells, and yet this is where the total, the cage total appears. So it's not 9, it's 8. We've done it. We know, we've done that. We know what the cage total is. It's 8. Wow. Okay, that's good. And 8's on an X-wing there, and yeah, I'm going to get rid of the orange colour now because I think it has served its purpose. Not so the green, by the way. Now, so 8 is qualifying for this process by virtue of the fact that there are 2 ways to make it up. 1, 2, 5 and 1, 3, 4. And I think that means that this is not... Oh, these must be 1, 2, 5 cases because they have 1 and 2 around. That's obvious. I think this is going to have to be 1, 3, 4. And the reason I say that is because oh, hang on, I hadn't worked this out with 8, but it does work. Yes. 1, 2 and 5 are in the 3 duos that make up 8 in 2 cells. Yes, they are. 1 and 7, 2 and 6, 3 and 5. Each of those pairs needs a 1, 2 or a 5. So these cells are green. They are from 1, 2 and 5. So is this one. Because one of these must be green. It can't be that one because they've all been used in the box. Ooh, same's true up there. So all of these cells are 1, 2 or 5. And now these 2 can't both be 1, 2 and 5. Or you'd have 4 of them in the same row, which is clearly nonsense. So that's a 1, 3, 4 triple. And the 1, 2 clue around this quadruple says that this is a 2. And we are away. I feel like we're away anyway. Now, opposite 1, 2, 5 in these 4-cell cages comes 7, 6, or 3. Don't think that tells me a lot. Something I noticed up here, though, is this specific green is the same as this one because there's 3 of them and they are sets and they both share those 2 in common. So let's call that the green-orange number. That is the green-orange number. Maybe it doesn't go beyond that. That's irritating. That's not... Oh, hang on. Yes, in this column, that's the orange number. Yes, because those 2 aren't. So that's the orange number. Now that is not green or orange. Green and orange. That is not green and orange. So it is in these cells, and it must be 1 because they don't hold 2 or 5. That's right. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, one of those is the orange. I shouldn't really have used orange, should I? It's stupid. Oh, it's fine. I mean, we used it before for 8. It's now 1. Orange is now 1 because it has to appear in those cells. This is definitely right. I mean, this is very clever. So these are the ones. I'm pretty sure that is true. And these don't have a 1 in. Nor does that. The 1 is in one of these cells, being orange. That must be a 1 in row 4. One of these. Ah, we need a 1 on the diagonal. Yes, and it can't be in any of these cells. So it's up there in the corner. So that's a 1. We can get rid of the colour there because it's not a 1. That's actually a 3-4 pair. Ooh, that's going to tell us that this is a 2-6 pair. Oh, this is so clever. I think this is right as well. That's a 7, obviously, in the box opposite a 1. This isn't a 7. That is a 7. So now how are we getting on with 7s? Oh no, let's do 1s. Look. Ah, no, it's become impossible. There's no room for a 1 in this column. Ah, I've done something wrong. Oh, bother, bobbins. Let's go back to where I started colouring. How has this gone wrong? See, I said that out of 1, 2, 5, and I'm sure this is right, the 1 and 2s, yeah, this is right so far. Okay, out of 1, 2, 5, I said that has to be the same as that, and that's true, and they have to be the same as that, so that's orange as well, and there. This is still right. Now that can't be orange, and that can't be orange. Oh, I said this has to be, it has to be in one of those cells, and it absolutely doesn't. They could be 3 and 4. Right, sorry. If you've already written your comment to say my logic was imperfect, I hope you've watched up to this point. It was imperfect, but I've understood that now. Okay, let's not do it like that. Bother. Is there any way to use what we've learnt? Yes. Where's orange on the diagonal? This is lovely, actually. Oh, in fact, that's orange. That is still true. Where's orange on the diagonal? It's not in those cells. It's not in those cells because the orange had gone in their box. It's not in those because of these two. So it is right up here in the corner. Now, I don't know that it's 1. In fact, I strongly suspect from the fact that we broke down before that it's not. Yes, now I know that it's not 1, I know it's 2. Where does orange go in this box? Can't be in any of those cells. Orange is not 8, therefore it's here. Orange is 2. Wow, okay, that's better. That's a better conclusion. Orange is 2. These cells are not 2. Don't know anything about this box. Actually, I do. I've got a 1-5 pair in the row now. Actually, yeah, okay. So they're not 1, that is. So that's incredibly helpful. Might as well colour a 1 green as well. Now, next to 2 in 2 of these cages, I've got a 6. Then these aren't 6s. Okay, now where are we? Let's keep going with 2s because there's got to be a 2 around this jobby, so it's there. That's a 2. And that's all the 2s in the grid. They're all done. Still haven't finished off 8s. Now, there's got to be a 1 around it. We've got a 1-5 on the diagonal. That's a pair. So those aren't 1s, including that. So one of these two is a 1. There's a 1-5 pair in those cells. So this is a 1-5 pair. And that tells us which way round they go. And that deals with the 1 around here. That's going to fix the 8 X-wing. 8s are all done. I'm wondering if we can finish off 1s now. Never mind about that. We'll do this first. 5 plus 3 makes 8. That fixes the 4-3. Ah, this is so clever. What about the white dot? It doesn't have a 2 or an 8 on it. It must have an even digit, which is therefore either 6 or 4. It can't be 5, 6 because of that pair. So it's either 6, 5 that way round or 4, 3. I don't know which way round. Okay, no, never mind the white dot. 1, I can place 1 here because we've got 1 there, a pair there, a pair there, and a pair there. I can't do much about 1 up here, or in those 3 cells. Well, it's not on the diagonal actually, so it's in one of those 2. The diagonal already, remember, has a 1-5 pair on it. Now, sorry about my voice, don't know what's happening with that. We've got 6, 7, 9 triple in column 1 and box 4 to sort out. Now, there's not many more clues. It's getting a bit odd from that point of view. How are we going to fill the rest of the grid? That 1, 2 is done. All of the quadruple clues virtually are done, apart from the 9s. I think all of the 1, 2s are used up. The cages are all used up apart from those 2, still to be resolved. Just notice that's a 3, 7 pair because those are different. But I don't think that does a lot for me. 4 must be in one of those 2 cells and one of those 2. 2, 6, 1, 5, 8, 4. Yeah, I'm getting a bit puzzled about how we are ever going to disambiguate this whole thing. Ah, there's a... No, I mistyped something here. I said that this dot was either 5, 6. I typed it the wrong way round. No, I didn't. It can't be 5, 6. It was either 6, 7. That's what I've mistyped. Or a 3, 4 pair. Okay, so sorry about that. Now, 8, 2, 1, 5. So 6. Ah, this is a 4, 6 pair in this box. Yes, it is. Right, that places 6 here. Oh, so there's more Sudoku to do. That's what's going on. So now that's a 7, 9 pair. That becomes 3. That becomes 5. That becomes 1. That becomes 7. Now this is bittersweet because I've made significant progress there. 5 on the diagonal. That puts 1 in the center. I was going to say I've made significant progress there, but at the same time I've used up all the remaining clues. I've just got these 9s left, which seem very unhelpful. Oh, and the diagonal, which I haven't been using extensively, I suppose. This is a 7, 9 pair here. Right, where does 6 go on the diagonal? Because that's a number I've got a lot of. Oh, it's there. Is that right? This is the only place for 6 to go. Those are ruled out by that 6. Those are ruled out by that 6. That's ruled out by that 6. There is 6. And that fixes this pair, which can't have a 6 on it. Must have a 4, can't have a 5. That's a 3, 4 pair. And again, I'm using up all the remaining clues. 6, 7, and 9 still to place in that box. Let's look at the diagonal again. 2, 6, 1, 8, 5. Oh, what about 3? 3 can't be there, or there, or there. So that's 3. Okay, thank you, Mr. Diagonal. You've been nice to me. 4 on the diagonal must be in one of those cells. In fact, that is 4, 7 or 9. Now I suppose 9 must be around here, so it's not in these two. So that one's 4, 5 or 7. That's not very helpful. There's a 5 here. There's a 1. 1 and 1. There's a 1 right here. Okay, that's going to do my remaining 1s. And that must be 4, 5 or 7 as well. 3 has to now be in one of those two cells. That may have been the case for a while. These two are from 3, 7, 9. That's where 3 is in this box. That's part of a 7, 9 pair. That's where the 3 goes that I just pencil marked. There we go. Sorry, let's get that right. This is, oh, this is a naked 9. Look, 8, 6, 1, 3, 4, 5, 2. I can write in 7 and 9. That's 4 or 6. I don't think that is naked. 5's in one of these two. 4, 5 or 6. This, one of these two is a 9 because of the rule. So that's not a 9. So one of those two's a 9. Is there still enough? I mean, a lot has been done. Yes, 6 in the first column. Can I finish off 6s? Well, not quite, but there's a 6 in one of those two, and that means they're not 6, and none of those are 6, so that's 6 in box 8. And then we're left with these possible positions for 6s. I certainly can't finish them off, but that makes sense. Right, down here, 5 is there in box 8. Box 8 is more useful than I was giving it credit for. 3 is now in one of those two positions. I don't think I know which. It's probably time to pencil mark every remaining cell. It might help, and it can't do much harm, and this is a difficult puzzle and I don't feel any shame. 6, 1, 5, 3, 4, 7, 9. Now, down here, 9's in one of those. So these are from 3, 4, 5, 7. The bottom one can't be 5. 5 is in one of those two. No, come on. Yeah, I'm going to carry on. 4, 5, 7, and 9. The bottom one can't be 5. There we go. That's the pencil marking. Now, how do we disambiguate the rest of this? 3, 4. Just going to complete the colouring on the 2's. Oh, and look, I've got 1's that I never coloured green, and 5's all over the place. It doesn't really matter, actually. Let's get rid of all the colouring. Sorry, changed my mind. Okay, so we're here. We've got 4, 7, and 9 to put on the diagonal. Maybe we start colouring those. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. Let's make this one red, and that one yellow, and this one blue. And is that going to help? Yes, that one is red. It's out of 4, 7, 9. That one is blue. So one of these two is blue. Blue, red. That is yellow. That sees yellow and blue, so that's red. This is a blue-yellow pair, so that's red. Oh, this is interesting. This is an interesting way of doing this. May not be the recommended way, but it is interesting. Blue, that's yellow. So 4 is red. That's got to be right. I mean, that's intriguing. It's fairly simple in a way. 4 is red. Okay, nice. That means this is, well, that means this is 9. I don't know what colour it is yet. Those aren't 4. Can we carry on with 4s? Those aren't 4s. Yes, we can. That's not a 4. So 4 is done here. Let's keep making red for now so I can keep spotting them quickly. One of those is red. It's got to be there in the top row. That's very helpful. Look, that's fixing 6 and 5 up there. 4 and 6. And that's red. And we can do the last red, which disambiguates the 3, 4 on the dot. There it is. 4, 3. So 4's all done. Just like that. Now I could be down to 7s and 9s. Now I've still got some 3s to do, haven't I? Ah, that 3 is doing them. Right, 3 there, 3 there. This becomes 7. And that becomes 9. And I want to colour them, but I don't know how. That's 5. I think we're done. Okay, this one is blue. That one is yellow. This is a 7 and is blue. We're going to get there in a second. We really are. That's a blue-yellow pair in an horrible... Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what colour they are. That's yellow. This is 6. Oh, yellow is 9. There we go. Because blue is 7 there. Yeah, that's fine. Was blue definitely 7 here, or was that... When did I do that? It's 6 or 7. Why is that not 9? I don't know. Is there some reason I knew that's not 9? Yes, because 9's going to be here on this X-Wing. Yes, okay, that's fine. So we can carry on. This one is yellow. Blue is 7. That's what we've learned. 7 for blue, 9 for yellow. What a puzzle. I think we're done now. 6 there. That's a 5, 7 pair. Actually, we can do those. This is 9. There we go. We've apparently finished. Let's get rid of the yellow and blue colouring. Didn't really do anything in the end. Just leave the 4s coloured. That is absolutely fascinating. And this ugly duckling of a puzzle, which Staxium's friends were unable to solve, has become a beautiful swan at the end. That is so clever and so interesting. It's one of those puzzles, I love these, where I have some idea at the beginning how it's going to go through, and that idea is completely disproved as we go through it. The idea that this was an 8 because it's not a 9, but it has 2 ways of being made up because of row 6. Even that's very interesting. The use of the single diagonal is very nice too. Ah, it's really clever. Very good, Staxiums. Thank you for sending that. I'm well impressed. I look forward to your second puzzle. But as it is, thank you for watching us on the channel as always, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.